You're a stripper's dream.
Yeah.
We know this.
Every once in a while, I also get this thing that pops up where it's just like, you want to change your life? Disappear for 2 months. What?
Yeah, like, what do you mean?
What do you mean disappear for 2 months? People will be concerned.
Yeah, that's my least favorite part. It's like, can I just go to these things as myself? Can that be a theme?
I love the idea of like a gaggle of women with the cowboy hats on and the outfits, and there's just you covered in glitter, but you're still just the dry delivery of like,
yes.
Hi, I'm Bridget.
If I can work it out.
Hey everybody, it's Millennial Stoner. I should introduce you. That would be
yes.
I would be rude if
they
I
should
didn't.
know me by now.
They should.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, dear friend, Bridget Kavanagh is back.
That's me.
No applause.
Right.
What's up, lady?
That's okay. I'm used to that.
Thanks for coming down again.
I'm happy to be here.
Oh no, dude. I love it. It's also like I have. You're like one of the only, I was talking about this before. You're like one of the only girls I know in comedy.
Yeah.
That's like always like yeah, I'll be on your podcast and everything. So it's like I try to have you on as much as I can. But you're also busy as shit. So
I am, but
you know.
I'll always make the time for you.
Ah,
I know. We'll get all the sappy shit out of the way first.
I wish a regular woman would say that to me and not one that I consider a cool guy with long hair.
Yeah, one day.
One day. So you just got back from Savannah though, right?
I did, yeah.
What were you doing down there?
Bachelorette party number.
How many of these have you been to?
I've been to so many. This is probably like my third or fourth one. So I've hit like a lot of the hot spots so far. I've been to Nashville. I've been to New Orleans. Now Savannah.
Is it fun? Like my sister
Charleston.
goes a lot to like she's one of those ones that's like I have to go to Tulum. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It's like so and so's getting married.
I haven't been to like a real fancy one like that yet, like in Mexico or somewhere tropical. But like I do have a good time on them. I mean, it's a lot. Like it's it kind of depends on the group. Like anytime you go on one, you can always identify where you're like, oh, you're gonna be the drama of the group, or like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just there for the vibes. I got news for you.
That's the same way in bachelor parties. Like, it's because people think they're so different. Like I've been to a few bachelor parties and it's probably worse actually.
What is guy drama like though on a bachelor party?
Oh, guy drama. It's kind of the same because you can kind of feel it too. Cause I mean, the last one I went to, we got like a cabin in like the mountains of, it was Georgia actually. It was, I can't remember, Helena, Georgia, I think it was.
Okay.
And like, you can just tell, like, there's just some dude that's going to be like, that dude's going to get real drunk real quick and he's going to miss everything. Like that's really more what it is because the emphasis on drinking is like, I'm sure it's the same for bachelorette parties. Yes. It's just the way that we go about it is very different.
Yes.
Like, I remember getting pissed at people because they're like, what are we going to do today? I'm like, what are we going to do today? I bought $200 worth of booze. We're going to drink today. That's what we're doing.
Oh yeah, no. There is, when you go on a bachelorette party, there's an itinerary, there are reservations, there are planned activities. It's a very structured event.
It's like really like you guys have like, we're going to go to this. Is that annoying or is that like?
No, it's good.
It's
you
good.
Need it because I think I planned one. I personally like planning it was the worst. I don't like planning events like that. I'm very much happy to like show up and be the good vibe person. But yeah, you need the structure.
Do you have that one friend that gets too drunk and they're like, let's go to the fucking Chippendales and watch dicks in our face?
Okay, never.
Never?
I've never
had that? No, because with guys, there's always that one guy that's just like, let's go to the strip club, bro.
Right. I've never been on. I think the goal of the bachelor versus bachelorette parties are different.
Probably.
Like bachelor parties, you guys like, like we want to get to the strip club. Like this is my last chance to like.
I'm the worst person to have in a strip club.
I believe that.
I'm because I'm like, let me just interview this.
I was going to say, I feel like you're not there. You're going to like sit her down and talk to her.
Because like, as crude as it sounds, I look at it like this. There's like, once you get a lap dance, and I'm just like, are they going to fuck me? And they're like, no. And I'm like, then obviously
let's
not.
Just talk.
Like, yeah, let's just talk. Like, why am I like,
let's go on a date.
It's like, I don't think that, I don't think that like, oh, they should. I'm just like, I understand what this establishment is here for to get my money.
Yes.
And I'm just going to chill. So I'll just be like, what's up? What's up with the scars on your neck? Like,
you might be a stripper's like dream, like there's
oh god,
they get to just sit there and chat with you.
Joe
they
Winchell,
don't have to do
a
anything.
stripper's dream,
right? Yeah.
No, I am that guy. I'll just be like I'll do the X-Men thing where I'm just like Magneto. Like, what's your name? It's like Charity. what's your real name? Like,
yeah, you're like, really get deep with
Megan. Like, that's my goal. I consider if I get the real name out of them, I'm like, I had a good night tonight. She cried a little bit. I gave her some money for her child support. It's fine.
that's not happening on a bachelorette party.
That comes up. The last ones, it always just like, they're like, when are we going to a strip club? And I'm just like, what? Why are we doing this? Like,
For a bachelorette party is about like just being there with your friends and like, it's
always so much more fun when you get drunk with your buddies, and just because that's like kind of the best with bachelor parties. It's just like, let's just get fucked up because there's no itinerary. This is the extent of it. We grill food, we make steak, we drink beer. And then eventually he was like, well, what do we do now? And I'm like, let's at least go to a bar. Like,
let's leave the Airbnb.
Let's leave the area. I remember having that conversation the second day.
Yeah.
We were there for 4 days. And the second day we were like, well, what do we do? And I'm like, what do we do? There's a fucking mountainside town. Let's go to the beer garden. Let's do anything. Let's go get t-shirts and walk around. Like, my friend eats ass or something like that says on it or something like.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I feel like I do feel like if we had more of an itinerary that might help a little bit.
It would be better, I'm telling you, because bachelorette parties that I've been to in my experience are pretty successful because of that.
Was there anything on an itinerary that like you saw it and you're like, I don't want to do this?
Not yet. Okay. I think I struggle most on bachelorette parties a lot. There's like theme nights in terms of like what you wear.
Oh yeah,
it
seems penis night.
Yeah, that's every night. That's every night. That's
every night. Okay.
Yeah. No, but it's always like a theme night. It's like, all right, this night you got to wear something, whatever. And I'm just like a procrastinator. I'm going to wait till the last minute to like find an outfit for some theme, and I hate it. Like I just want to go out.
I saw a picture of you when you were in Nashville, and you had like.
Yes.
You were dressed up like Dolly Parton and like listen.
And is that me? Is that
me? You looked nice, but I was like, it just feels like you you had to go into a fucking costume store and you're like, I'll take slutty.
Yes, exactly. Slutty cowboy.
I'll take the cowgirl outfit, please. But I saw you standing there and I'm just like, I feel like Bridget didn't pick this outfit out.
Of course not. But you do it. You have to do it. But that's my least favorite part. It's like, can I just go to these things as myself? Can that be a theme?
I love the idea of like a gaggle of women just like with the cowboy hats on and the outfits, and there's just you covered in glitter, but you're still just the dry delivery of like, hi, I'm Bridget.
That's pretty much me. Like it doesn't matter what I'm wearing.
I'm dressed up as a butterfly. Can I have a drink, please?
Well, I live in fear of like being the person who's like for instance, when like you were younger and you had like a wacky like hair day or something at school or like crazy sock day or something. I was always afraid that I would go to school dressed on theme and like I got the day wrong or something and I'd be the only person dressed like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I have a real like fear of like the embarrassment.
I thought it was 80s day today. That's why I'm dressed up like girls just want to have fun.
I have like such a fear of that embarrassment. So then on these things, I'm like, well, how hard is everyone going on the theme? Because I don't want to go.
Gauge it. You want to gauge it out?
I got to text everyone because I'm not going too hard on the theme and then I look insane on the bachelorette party.
Oh my God.
You know?
I mean, I feel like, there's, plus, from doing comedy, like, you run into a lot of bachelorette parties. And by the way, I hope you were one of those people, if it ever came up, like, why don't we go to a comedy club? I hope you were like, let's not do that.
Oh no.
Let's not do that.
We don't need to ruin the night. We want to have fun.
Listen,
on this.
We're walking around with penis necklaces on. We don't need to be in a place where we need to be quiet for 90 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm always amazed when like bachelorette parties come into the club and I'm like, you don't want to be here.
Right. Like how much do you love comedy?
And do an ice luge off of fucking Tiffany's tits or whatever. That's what you guys are gonna do.
Right.
Like
as much as I love comedy, I would never put it in that setting.
Oh my God. It can be brutal. And I mean, this in all due respect, I understand girls go out and fucking live it up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't, but like, it's when you come into the comedy club, it's just like, you don't want to be here. You want to be at a place with $5 shots.
Right. You don't want to be here. We don't want you here.
Exactly. Was there every nights when you were doing this where it was just like, it's getting sloppy tonight?
I feel like there's always one day kind of that we'll get like, I personally like the days where it's like, an unplanned kind of like.
Oh, you get like, it's like, we got drunk and it kind of.
Yeah, and you're like, ooh, wait, we're all having a great time. And like, this wasn't really like totally planned. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really what I like.
Yeah, I like that too because like, So, you know, those are always the most organic. And I feel like when people try to recapture that, it never fucking...
You can't do it because it's the pressure. Like when the pressure is off when you're like, ooh, wow, this like got fun. Like this is crazy. If you're like going out, like we're going to have fun tonight. Like we are getting drunk. Like we're going crazy. Like that's the night where it's like...
Nights, guy or girl, they never work out.
Never work out. Okay. Someone's crying. Someone's getting an Uber home early by themselves. Like,
and if you have that friend that's like, we're going out tonight, we're going to have fun. They are going through something, and you need to sit down and have a talk with them
they're
first.
They're the problem. That's the
if
problem.
If they're demanding that you have fun, like then you need to be like, hey, what's going on?
What are you going through?
Did you get fired from work?
Did someone break up with you?
Did someone break up with you?
No, 100%. You can always identify that.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what I have seen, and it's like you can tell, too. It's with girls, it's always like a group of people huddled around one person that's crying, and there's three of them off to the side being like, I don't know why she's acting like this.
She always does this. Like,
and it's the same thing with guys. It's just much more aggressive.
100%.
Where it's just like, what's this problem? Like they're just like pointing over a shoulder at each other, and it's just like, ever since fucking college, bro. Ever since like,
someone hit him. Like,
someone hit you, fucking asshole. Fucking hope you get divorced.
Yeah, that's the difference between girl drama and guy drama. Like guy drama is very forward into your face, and girl drama is like, hey, let's three of us go to the bathroom and debrief the asshole of the group.
That's when I know something's wrong.
Yeah.
If I see 5 women in the same party go to a bathroom, I'm like, fucking Becky's upset.
Yeah, either somebody in the group is upset and needs to talk, or that group is talking about somebody else.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I know, and I'm like, if I see a group of girls go to the bathroom and they leave one behind, I'm like, it's her fault.
She's the issue.
She's the fucking issue.
She's the fucking problem.
Oh my god, no. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's cool. Savannah's a cool town too. I have a buddy that lives down there. You can drink in the streets.
You can, and we did.
You did?
Of course.
I remember I texted you about the podcast, and I'm like,
I was like, I can't do this right now.
I was like, I was so fucking hungover that because I hung out with. I have a friend that does community theater, and like I went and saw his show to support and everything and I hadn't like hung out with. He's like my best friend from college, and like is one of my best friends, and I hadn't really hung out with him. And you know when you're with a friend. And like you talk the organicness, but then that electricity, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm hammered.
Right.
I'm having a great time, but I have to sleep on your floor for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah,
like,
right.
And it was like one of those throwback nights, and I got hammer fisted. I woke up on the floor. I'm just like, oh no, like no, like, and I have a life. I have to organize it. I'm like, were you back tomorrow? And you're like, I'm still in Savannah. And I'm like, I thought today was fucking Friday or whatever the fuck. Like, I'm sorry. I'll text you when you come back.
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember you were just like, I'm currently drinking right now.
Like, yes, I absolutely was. It's, those things are a marathon,
that is like, I'm amazed that because you talk about having such a schedule.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's still a drink.
You drink at every one of the scheduled events, typically.
And that's what I love about the decline of a bachelorette party, because that's usually it's like, oh, we're gonna have brunch, we're gonna have bottomless mimosas, and then we're gonna go and get lunch, and there's $5 shots at there. Then we're gonna go out and get drinks after that,
and then dinner, and then we'll go to the bar after. No, by the last day, everyone's like, all right, I'll get a mimosa at brunch, gun to my head, like you just like choking it down, like. Well,
sometimes you get I like to call it the magic, like the magical, like the bubble for like that 4 days. You drink your face off, and you're like, "What am I? 25? Like I'm waking up, and like let's do it again.
Yeah,
I'm okay. Like you're,
no,
I'm okay. Yeah, let's start drinking again." And then you get to that last day, where everybody has to wake up and travel, and you just wake up and you're just like, just like sucking down, like just like a Bloody Mary, like, but you need it in order for your head to feel better.
And you know what? My flight home from Savannah was on Sunday at 5 a.m.
You took the fucking early flight?
It was the only one that we could get home.
Where'd you fly into? JFK?
JFK. And so we were flying home. We had a layover in Charlotte. So we left Savannah. I had to go to the airport at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I slept for 60 minutes. And then I went to the airport. And the airport just like wasn't open yet. So then I was laying on a bench in the airport like a homeless person sleeping.
And you were by yourself?
No, I was with a friend who was also on the same trip. And I have never been so thirsty in my life. I was like stalking the Starbucks till it opened just to get a drop of water. It was the worst flight of my life.
It's like, but somebody's opening up and they're like, listen, some homeless lady's out front.
She's asking for
water. Give her $1.
Yeah, right. Literally. It was so horrible. That's when all the adrenaline of the weekend.
The worst when you're hungover.
Oh God.
It's the fucking worst. I have left weddings and I've been hungover in an airport and just been like, I'd rather be dead.
Right.
Like I'd rather, I'm gonna go lay on the tarmac and hope I get fucking landed on by a 747 because it's just not worth it.
No, it's not.
It's just there's something about
worse.
the airport smells too clean.
Yes.
So that gives me a headache because I can just smell bleach. I'm like, oh, God, I don't like this. And then you go to throw up in the bathroom and there's like 3 kids next to you and you're like, oh God, I'm a monster. Like just like a father ushering his kids out. Like, don't look at the homeless person.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
like,
no,
don't
it's
do
awful.
it. And you just like sit there, you're just waiting for your flight. And then like you try to tell yourself that you're not going to drink at 10 a.m., but that bar opens at 6 for a reason.
That's what happens. Yeah. No, yeah.
Just sit there like
the whole day Sunday was just like I did nothing.
Oh, it was your recovery day?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's only like an hour and a half flight too, so you got back relatively
I was home,
early.
by like, 9:30.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah.
And you were just like, I need to go to bed.
That's it, done.
And then you can't even sleep. I can't ever sleep. I just like sit there and
you just think
just
about what you did.
Move. Like, you know,
like, just like reflect.
You're just like, I said so much shitty things.
Oh my God, I'm the worst with that.
Wait,
like,
do you get? I never asked. When you get fucking hammered, do you get like mouthy?
No.
Or like, do you get like jokey? Like all of a sudden you're like, you just start making.
I definitely do. I think I get louder than I am. I'm a typically pretty.
You're very reserved.
Yeah, even keel. I think I like get a little bit more animated. I definitely am a little more like I'll like be jokier than I am. Maybe like some things that will pass the checks and balances of don't say that will escape.
My friend Emily would be very upset if I say this.
yeah. But I'm like,
it's pretty funny though.
I feel like I behave for the most part.
You don't seem like somebody that has a Jekyll and Hyde syndrome or anything like
but
that.
But I will get like a anxiety. Like bad.
What's a anxiety?
You had to have had this the next day.
Because we can talk.
Yeah, like if you get drunk the night before or whatever, even if you like didn't do anything crazy, like the next day you're going over, oh my God, like what did I say? Like did I? And then maybe there's just like one thing you said, you're like, they definitely remember that. And then I'm gonna be like, it's just like
I'm a trash person. They think I'm a trash person.
Yes,
now.
they hate me now. They're never gonna invite me out again. Like I'm the problem.
Dude, even if things go well, I do that on dates.
Oh sure.
I'll do that on dates where I'm like, that went well, and then like. I'll get home and then like an hour and a half later, I'm like, I was too comfortable. I said too much. They think I'm a psychopath now. And like the same thing with my friends. They're like, they just think I'm a shitty comedian.
But how much are you sharing on a first date?
On a first date?
Yeah. Like what's the line for you?
I don't think you should overshare on a first date.
I agree with that.
But I think you should let people know who you are.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think you should be like, I have a joke about this actually where I'm working on now where it's like, the first date's the worst because if it does work out 6 months later, one of you is going to trauma dump on the other and it's just going to be a whole thing. I think you should trauma dump on the first date.
Just get it
over with. Like, hi, my name's Nancy. My dad didn't give me enough attention. Now I'm a stripper.
Yeah, right. You might get a lot of stuff out of the way.
But like you get a lot of stuff. But I think you have to. I think people are too cagey on the first date. Is basically what it is. I think.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of stuff that you could like just be honest. You don't have to delve into your deep dark secrets of what happened to you in the woods when you were fucking 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But you can let them know who you are and everything. Because obviously you don't want to scare anybody.
Right.
What about you? What's your like? You and I always end up talking about dating because
we do,
I don't know. You're like we're both miserable. But you have a new relationship now. But like, what's your like on a first date? Like, what do you?
Yeah, I feel like I generally like try to keep it light, but like again, like I'm gonna try to be myself. You know what I mean? Because it's like I can't sell you a false version of this and then keep it up. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna make the joke and see if you can like take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a little different for women just because like do you feel? This is an honest question. Do you feel the need to impress anybody you're on a first date with?
No. Yes and no. I feel like you want them to like you, but like in terms of like being impressive, I don't know. I feel like that maybe more comes off like cocky in a way. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be like, oh, I have to impress this person. I think I think I just like, oh, I just want you to like me. You know what I mean? Like I want you to like my personality.
I think when it comes to like guys will always show off to a girl.
Okay,
I believe that. And I don't think women, that's why I'm envious of lesbians in a way. Because I'm like, you guys probably just hang out and you're just like, what's happening today? And you're like, the Mets.
All lesbians talk about the Mets.
No, but like, whatever. It's just all lesbians talk about sports and beer.
Yes,
but like,
right. Yes.
No, but I'm saying like, it just seems like, there's no like, because I know I get that way. Like if I'm like, look, I can do a cartwell.
Yeah.
I've quelled that over like the last like 2 years and everything, but like it's like I think men always try to impress a girl no matter what.
I think that's how it's sold, you know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, the guy impresses the girl and wins the girl over, you know what I mean? I feel like it's different in the sense of if you're talking about like, lesbian relationship or something there isn't that kind of like standard of, okay, this person tries to impress this person, you're both kind of on the same playing field. Yeah, so it's like a little more like,
it's even keeled. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think women are intimidating.
Yeah.
I think it just, for a guy, I think it is because, because the whole point is like, I want this person to like me.
Yes.
So it's just like, what do you, I can do magic.
Yeah. What do you like? I can do that.
What do you like? You love Billie Eilish? I fucking love Billie Eilish. Like you're just saying things that you would never say. If you go on a first date, I find myself being like, I don't know, let's see what this Taylor Swift is about.
Yeah,
like,
right. I'll check her out. You know what I mean?
And then I'm just like, I'm sure she's not, this girl's like going home just like, let's see what Motorhead's about. Like,
I think there should be a certain level of that of like,
you have to have stuff in common.
Yes, but and also it should just be like, I do, you should want to impress the other person a little bit of like, you know what I mean? Like I want to.
Oh yeah, I mean that's part of the game.
Yeah, like if you came in like we're too like cool guy, like I don't care about this, like whatever, like you like me or you don't. It's like all right.
Yeah, I mean the world treats dating is crazy. Like I'm going through my algorithm, just like flipping through like TikTok and shit.
Yep.
I got a lot of podcast stuff. There's like this reoccurring theme of these shows where it's just like I can only describe them as just like, they're just like a bunch of like porn star-esque women. And I'm not talking ill of porn. Thank you.
You would never.
Thank you.
Could never catch you speaking.
Thank you.
You're a stripper's dream.
Yeah.
we know this.
But I'm like, thank you. I have no, like, I'm so fucking sex worker positive about it. But like, there's like these group of shows where they have these women on, and they're just this one girl is just like openly talking about, it's like, I was poking holes in all of his condoms trying to get pregnant, like to like a basketball player. Classic. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like,
no, the dating shows now are so crazy because it's like, hey, meet this person for 3 weeks and then you have to marry them. Like every dating show ends in marriage or an engagement, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Insane.
Because the amount of marriages I've seen fall apart since like I've been like going to weddings since I was like 25, like when like my people you knew started getting married. And then like you hit after a couple of years, all of a sudden you're like, oh, that marriage fell apart. Or like I watched one fall apart in a cross country drive one time. That was awkward. Yeah. Like,
have you ever gone to a wedding where you're like, these two shouldn't be doing this?
Yes.
And did they last?
No.
Yep. Yeah.
No. Like it was, and you feel shitty as a person because like, especially if you're friends with like with both or one of them.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, because you don't want to tell somebody I told you so, but like my whole thing is I'm like, I have not the best relationship track record.
Yeah.
So who am I to say anything? But then like you sit there, it's like, probably should have told Steve that Leanne was a bitch.
Do you
or should have told Leanne that fucking Steve was an asshole or something like that.
Yeah. Do you feel like if someone asked you like your opinion on their relationship, like, hey, what do you think about this? Would you be honest or would you be like?
I'm learning to be more honest about that stuff because I never want to piss anybody off.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you just got to go to your friend and be like, I just don't think this is a good idea. Yeah. You're going to do what you're going to do. I just don't think this guy or this girl is the right call for you.
Yeah.
And people are very stubborn with that too.
Yeah,
they're like, right, whatever, fuck you, man. It's my life. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna fucking whatever, dude. They just hit me with aluminum bat. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
whatever. It's one time.
They make excuses for shit. And I'm just like, I don't know. Would you do that?
You know,
you're a pretty honest person.
Yeah, I would say. I think if someone asked me, maybe I would be as honest as without being like, because you also run the risk of, okay, if they then do marry this person, now they know your real feelings. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but I think if they're asking that, they already know.
Yeah.
And also, but like, so maybe I'd be a little bit honest, but unsolicited, definitely not. Unsolicited,
I mean, I think that's the big thing. It's like, if you ask me, I'll try to be as honest as possible, but I I'm not going to go up to somebody and be like, hey, let me.
Let's ruin our friendship real quick.
I'm too comfortable with how happy you are. Let me tell you exactly how it is. Like,
right, exactly.
You never want to ruin somebody's good time.
No, you can't.
But if they ask, I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? And obviously if there's horrible shit clearly going on,
different story.
That's a completely different scenario. But if it's like some people just don't mesh.
Yeah.
And that's not like it's like you just said, you ever seen two people together and you're like, they are just like not even in the same room.
Right. Yeah, right.
They're just like looking to the, if he's on the left, she's looking right. You know what I mean? Like it's just there for whatever reason they're together.
Yeah.
And like, that's weird, man. And like, I'm happy for anybody that can fucking find somebody.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing, but like, there's just some people that when they get into a relationship, you're just like, okay, that's the car you decided to buy.
Right. Yeah.
That only has one wheel on it. Like, you know what I mean?
That's dented in a lot of places.
I don't think you really asked enough questions when you went to the store to get this.
Yes.
Like, I don't think you're worried about the mileage that is on this thing.
Let's pull up the Kelly Blue Book on this.
Yeah, because it's weird. And again, I'm happy for anybody, but also you're right. The dating gamut. There's so many shows where it's like, The Bachelor.
Yeah, I'm a big Bachelor.
I get it. I understand. I love trash TV as much as the next person. My favorite fucking show was, what was that Whore Island show? Nikki Glaser, I think, hosted.
Oh, F-Boy Island.
Was it F-Boy? No, it was the other one where they're like, they couldn't have him do anything intimate.
Okay.
And they just got like these slutty.
Is it Love Island?
I don't remember. I
don't know.
can't remember. Or it was one of those
islands.
Netflix.
It's always on an island.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's always like they always try to.
Oh, it was Temptation Island.
That was what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? And I'm watching this show, and it's fucking like, you guys can't kiss, and it's just like these. It's just a bunch of like fuck boys and fuck girls.
Yep.
That are just like. They're like, you have to wear the girls, you have to wear the tiniest bikinis all the time. Guys, show off your abs and your fucking, your dick root. And like throughout, show that off. And like, let's see how that goes. And like, every time that you kiss, you lose like $1,000.
Yeah,
but if you do
insane.
nothing, and there's part of me that's like, 25-year-old Joe, not winning that contest.
No, you're right.
25-year-old Joe is the minute one of those, like, especially if they're all English and everything. So the minute that they're like, hello, what's going on with you? And I'm like, I will make out with your face.
Yeah, forget the
whatever. Like, it doesn't matter to me. You can have a harsh Russian accent. I'll be like, you're so hot.
Right.
Like,
anything.
But 36-year-old Joe would be like, could do a lot. I have debt now.
Right, get away from me.
You can get away from me. I want this money. Like,
it is just fun to watch, though. Like,
it is. It's great, but it's like, I think that's why, like, like there's people that go up there and be like, oh, do what you want. And yeah, listen, there's just some people that are fucking permanently single. They're good at it. That's what that's what makes them happy. They don't want to be attached. I actually envy that shit a little bit because like, it's cool that means that there's probably some confidence within yourself and everything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be a dick in that way too, but like, there's just some people that are like that. But like, I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying we need to return to traditional values, please. I'm not saying that at all. Okay. I like the world being chaos. Please keep it that way.
Yeah.
But I think that's, normal people, they see what's on TV and that's, everything's it's very over dramatic. It's The Bachelor is very much like, why did she choose Steve and not, or like, why did Steve chose Mary Beth and not, you know what I mean? You get invested, but at the end of the day, it's a fucking contest about one of the most biggest commitments you could possibly make.
Yes.
It's not, it's like, so I think that will warp people's perception of it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're going to be like, also like, you got to get used to I think you have to, and I've told myself this in the mirror. You gotta get used to the idea that one person is not the end all be all to your life. Yeah. And that's how TV and movies will pitch it to you. The Notebook has ruined relationships for people for years.
Yeah, like that one person who completes you and is this like,
No, I wrote a bit about that too, about like, I sent you that bit about I don't view a human being as a puzzle piece.
Right.
That's like, I've never said like, she's going to fix me.
Yes.
Zoloft and Ativan couldn't fix me. You know what I mean? Like, that's bullshit.
Right.
Like,
I agree.
Guys that say that cry to Nickelback too much.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's true.
So, but yeah, you're right. That's a good call. And I love trash TV. Like, I don't Like I consume it because you're like, look at these fucking people.
Yes, I watched one on Netflix.
What's your favorite trash TV? Like, what's your guilty pleasure shit?
I'm a big time Bachelor in Paradise, all of that. But I watched one on Netflix recently. It was The Ultimatum.
What's The Ultimatum?
The Ultimatum is where 5 like fucked up couples, one of them wants to get married and the other one doesn't. So they like put an ultimatum on them, like, we have to get married by like, X date, whatever.
That sounds bad. That sounds very...
Of course it is. It's 5 couples who should break up anyway, and then they bring them to the island. Of course, it's, an island.
I don't think anybody wins that contest.
Nobody wins. And then they basically all like swap partners, and they live with someone else for like a week, and then see like, okay, do I like living with this person more, or do I still want to be with my other person? And then they come back together and decide if they still want to be together.
I feel like...
And it's fucking awesome.
I feel like that show has a very high suicide rate.
It is so bad. You're looking at it's like every single one of you should not be together, but you can't help but watch.
Hey, you hate your husband? Wife a bitch? Go live with this other person for 2 weeks.
Literally. And see.
They walk out, it's like, what did you learn? I learned that I'm way happier without you.
Yeah, right. And sometimes it's what it is. So it honestly, highly recommend.
I mean, why would you want to put yourself through that? Like, wouldn't it? Because at that point, it's like you're just putting that on national. And I assume these people are getting paid to some extent.
I think it's a lot about social media followers too.
Well, that's the world we live. We were talking about that before with some comedy clubs being like that's just the thing.
Yeah,
and that's not just with comedy clubs. That's like that used to be for like when you're like a little younger than me. What are you, 30?
I'm 28.
You're fuck. But cut that out. But like,
and this is why Joe's single.
Fuck you.
It's like, oh, we go on a date. What are you, 36?
Wait,
divorced?
36? Yeah, next.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck you. But like, no, but like, what was I saying before you fucking ruined me?
I'm sorry. I had to do it.
I was trying to make a point about something before you pointed out the fact that I'm fucking alone.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
I forgot too. You said something about when you're, about social media followers and stuff.
Yeah. It's become like the way that you have a car. Like, you get 18, you get a car. When you get 18, you better have 20,000 followers or some shit. Like, you don't even have to be like, and nobody does anything. Yeah. Like, not really, like fitness influencers. Mm-hmm. Like, what are you influencing? Yeah. You're not influencing anybody to go to college or like get a better job. It's just any girl that does it, it's just zoomed in on their asshole the whole time. And they're like, I'm doing squats. And I'm like, you have OnlyFans? Yeah. And that's what I really want.
Yes. It's like, that's how you like get successful now though, in a way, like, even because that's like the whole thing on like The Bachelor is like, oh, you're not here for the right reasons, because like half the people are there because it's like, I'm gonna go on The Bachelor.
That's a well-known thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a good storyline, I'm gonna get like brand deals and a ton of followers, and then I'm set, I don't have to work.
Yeah. And like, and this is not me railing against women, but like, there's got to be more to it than just like, I'm attractive, I'm now on TV, I'm gonna post pictures of me at the gym, and then I'm going to be famous. Because that's a stupid way to look at life.
No, but you do have to have some level of like, I hate to like call it like a talent, but like you have to be able to stay relevant past like when you are. And like,
like you have to remember all this shit that's happening like now. It's like with comedy. The culture changes.
Yeah.
And you change with the culture. You have to, and it's not like, it's not like you have to change who you are or anything. It's just like, you can always keep the kind of comedy that you have. You just have to change with the culture and with what's happening and everything. And don't, you don't want to, you don't want to do stuff from 10 years ago. You want to keep yourself relevant. And that's with same thing with social media. Because eventually it's just like I said, the fitness influencers, that's a big thing. Instagram is basically, it's 80% fitness influencers, right? And guys that go on there with fucking tribal chest tattoos that say, I also happen to be a psychologist. And I'm like, you happen to be a psychologist? Right. Would you just fall into that? Yeah. Fucking idiot. No fucking degree. Yeah. Go self-diagnose people on TikTok. Okay.
That's literally what it is.
But
you know what? Don't you hate it though? Because like, I'll be out like, and I'll be having a conversation with someone. I'm like, oh, I saw this thing on TikTok, and then I'm like, oh my God, I hate myself.
It's the new TV.
It is, but I'm like, I'm about to give you some facts or current events, but I saw it on a 3-minute unreliable source video, probably.
Oh, I have to check myself all the time on that shit. Because I look at it and then I'm like, interesting. And then I'm like, this is probably not true, and you should never say this in public.
Yes, 100%.
Because anybody can say, and I think it's a good thing that people can say what they want and everything like that. But like, you have to remember that anybody can say what they want, and it doesn't take it as fact. Like, all you have to do, the trick to this is apparently if you're like a fitness dude, or if you're like, this happens a lot with like, because I watch a lot of nerd stuff about like comic books and shit. So like, people always want to make their statement about it. If you just talk confidently into the camera, the way Cat Williams does, and just say whatever, if people will believe you.
It's about the delivery.
It's all about, that's why there's all these like man podcasts when people are like, here's what you got to do. All right.
Yeah.
You never quit. You're always thinking about quitting. Like, this is what you got to wake up 4 a.m. every morning. Right. And he just stares into the camera. And it's the same thing with women. Will do the opposite. They'll do like their Andrew Tate thing.
Yes.
Well, they'll just be like, fucking divorce them, get pregnant, get all the money from him, whatever like that. And I'm just like, it's the same kind of thing. But it's like, if you say something confidently into TikTok, enough people will probably believe it.
100%.
But it doesn't mean that it's true.
No, that's very true.
But also we live in a world where it's like, well, what sources of news everything's become very opinionated.
Yeah.
And it's like, you always just have to do a little bit of research, because I always like to make, if something comes from one particular fan group or one particular side, you have to realize, all right, this comes from one side or one particular fan group, or this is something a Star Wars fan said, like that's theirs, but what's the wider vision of that? You're only hearing one side. And I think in the world of TikTok, like, you're right. You're just flipping through it, and then you're just like, I think I have autism. That's what it is. You're like, I think I have autism.
This is me.
This girl with tribal tattoos on her ass.
Right. I do have an avoidant attachment style. Like, it's always about attachment style.
Yeah, exactly.
It's insane.
Oh my God. Every once in a while, I also get this thing that pops up where it's just like, you want to change your life? Disappear for 2 months. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, like, what do you mean?
Like, what do you mean disappear for 2 months? People will be concerned.
Yeah,
like I get yelled at for not texting. But if I just disappear for 2 months, I'll come back with no friends. And then they always retort with like, well, maybe you never needed them to begin with. And I'm like, no. Maybe it's because I avoided them for 2 months.
Right. No, yeah, it's insane. But yeah, I'll never stop scrolling.
As I said, it's TV.
It is.
The way, and it is because there's fucking ads.
Yeah.
But I have to stop myself. You do?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I haven't succumbed to the TikTok shop. I haven't purchased anything off of TikTok
What's the TikTok shop?
TikTok shop is so when you see those ads for a product or something, there's a link at the bottom and you can click it and you can purchase that product like right from TikTok on the TikTok shop. I have not done that yet.
Okay.
They probably are going to get me.
You sound like you're telling me like, and my finger is hovered. Though.
Right. Like they might get me if they sell you hard enough. They maybe one day, but I haven't yet succumbed to it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself for that.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you
all right. The AA meeting is done now.
Right.
Here's your TikTok 2-day chip.
Thank you. Yes.
No, but it's cool because like I know like people have to do like ad revenue and shit like that. Like we have to do that shit too and everything like that. But like you want to get past it and everything, and it's just annoying. But like I said, a lot of this stuff comes from like fitness influencers and stuff. And like I've talked to you about this before. I was trying to be healthy. Yeah. Like I was in the hospital for an appendix, and I was like, my body's telling me that I'm going to die.
100%.
Like that's what it is. So I have tried to be a little bit healthier too.
Well, let's get back into that conversation anyway, because how are you trying to be healthier? Are you like working out?
I quit smoking.
Oh, really?
I quit cigarettes.
Okay, that's good. Do you feel better? Or?
Yeah. I don't feel cooler.
Well, yeah, you're visibly less cool because of it. You know what I mean?
This is the thing. I remember in college, someone coming up like I was 18 in college, I was in theater school, and fucking I had a friend Mark who was like quit cigarettes, and he was just like, quit cigarettes, man. Like I'm not doing that shit anymore. Like it's stupid to smoke, man. It's stupid to smoke. And he looks at me and he goes, unless it's you. You look really fucking cool with a cigarette. And I was like, all right, I'm going to become a 2-pack a day smoker now.
Yeah, and now 20 years later, your appendix burst. So
no, I mean, I don't think there's any correlation between cigarette, but like, I'm sure it didn't help.
Sure.
But like, I quit cigarettes, which was like, I was in, like, my appendix fucking exploded. And like, it didn't explode. It got wrapped around my intestines. I think I've talked about this. I talked about it on Adult Babies podcast.
Oh, okay.
But like, essentially, the long and short of it was my appendix got wrapped around my intestines. It was squeezing it, very painful. They had to remove it, and I was laid up for a week after that because they had to take it out. Like I have one on my belly button, one like here, and another like they took it out in 3 different spots.
Wow.
It sucked most painful experience of my fucking life.
That's crazy.
Most painful experience of my life. Like it, and like they have to, what I hate about the hospitals, they have to keep reminding you of that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how do you think it's helping that you're telling me this is equivalent to childbirth?
Yeah.
Because that
Right.
seems very painful.
Yes.
So you're telling me that this thing that's slowly squeezing my insides is equivalent to having a baby. Cut it the fuck out and abort it.
Right.
Please. If that's what it is, abort this fucking child. And they're trying to comfort me like, oh, I knew my grandmother was a nurse at the hospital I was at.
Oh, that's nice.
Just one lady's rubbing my back going, I knew your grandma. She said it to me like 5 times. I knew your grandmother. And I thought she was trying to tell me that, hey, you're going to die. Your grandmother's here to help you pass over.
Right. Yeah, right. She's in the room right now.
Yeah, and I had to tell her, I'm like, lady, please fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm in pain. And I'm like leaning up against the wall. I'm in my fucking underwear.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like I have to piss.
humbling.
And I'm just like yelling. I'm like, please cut it out.
Yep.
I feel like I'm in the Omen. I'm about to give birth to Damien.
That's crazy.
But after all that, I was laid up for a week. And it was like, when you are literally physically can't move, and when you're somebody, you know me, like I'm doing 1,000 things. I don't sit still.
Yes.
And like, it was like a real eye opener because like I couldn't move, and like I could move, but it was like getting up because this was basically all sore. Like this was like really hard. So like getting up it took me 20 minutes to get out of bed. The only thing that made me feel okay was like a hot shower because it was like relaxing all my muscles. And I would just sit in the shower for 30 minutes every morning because it was the only thing that like made me like ready to go sit in a chair for the rest of the day.
Yes, right.
And couldn't sleep for the first 2 days because of the anesthetic, excuse me, and the medication I was on in the hospital and everything. Because I was just like, I was wrecked. It was terrible. So I put it in a lot of perspective. I didn't smoke for the whole time I was laid up because that was the last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, after that week where I was more mobile, I was like, let's keep this going. Let's really, I wanted to quit before that. And I was smoking 2 packs in 2 days. I would go through a pack in 2 days rather. And it was just like, and also like I smoked at my house and everything. Like, so I would just sit in front of my TV, like a fucking, like somebody that's addicted to the Alex Jones show, just like till like 3 in the morning, just rip through a pack of butts and be like, that's good. That's me.
Yeah, right. I can breathe.
And the thing also because some people, like, I kind of developed this aura as this dude who smokes and like everything. It's like you almost start living your gimmick a little bit.
Yeah.
So I would drink, that but I was like, let me cut back on some of this shit because that's not really who you are. Like you're more than just saying that I'm a dude who drinks and smokes and everything. You know?
Right.
Like,
that's good.
So yeah, I quit the cigarettes and I started going back to the gym, which is infuriating because I don't want to be one of those guys, but I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I genuinely like it. Yeah.
It is good.
Like, I can do it by myself. I put my headphones in and shit like that. I'm not videotaping myself.
Oh God, no. Like, I don't want to see how I look.
I'm not starting an Instagram page with the fucking
you're gonna be a fitness influencer.
Journey.
You're gonna be like that guy gets on TikTok. Like, I had a wake up call, like when my appendix burst, and now you're gonna be.
That's what I mean. If I just started being one of those guys, it's like I do the thing where I have that's that slow music behind it, and all of a sudden it's just the close up of my face. I'm like.
Yeah.
Hey guys, got up at 4 o'clock in the morning today. Didn't want to, but got to get that grind.
Absolutely.
Got to get that grind in, man. And did some reps at the gym. I'm going to go take a run around the block. I'm going to go drink a green drink, and then I'm going to go shit plants for the next 6 days.
Yeah, literally.
Listen,
I'll be waiting
rise and grind, brother.
I'll be waiting to see it on my For You page.
Dude, some of those guys, they say the worst shit. Like there's always like somebody on there that's just like on holidays, it's the saddest thing ever because like I saw this, and I admit there's like a couple girls I follow because they're really hot, but like they are. And there's
you're only human.
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, we get it.
I'm not like sliding into their DMs like I'm gonna be in Pennsylvania doing comedy.
Yeah,
you wanna come check out my show? But it's like there was one girl that posted and fucking beautiful, like figure, like works, like really, really like got a great like fucking physique. And everything, but she was just like, on Thanksgiving, there was just a thing where it's like, a lot of people say you need to be with people on the holidays. Spend the holidays alone in the gym. And I'm just this doesn't influence me.
No, nope.
To be in the gym. It just tells me that you have a terrible relationship with your mom and dad.
Yes, exactly. You hate your family.
You hate your family, and I don't know why.
I am so not the person in the gym. When I go to the gym in the morning, I'm there at 6 o'clock in the morning before work or whatever. Yeah. I look ugly. Point blank, I have no makeup on. I just got out of bed. My hair, I'm not the hot girl at the gym.
You're not the girl that comes in the, whatever those shorts are, where there's pockets on the ass end of it. I'm like, you're not putting anything in those pockets.
I'm not in a cute outfit. I look like shit. And then I get in there and then I leave and my face is red. Yeah. It's just, I wish I could have that aesthetic, but I just can't achieve it, and I don't try to achieve it. You don't want to spend
$1,500 at Lululemon for stuff you're only going to wear once a week?
Right, I don't. So the 50-year-old guys can ogle me from the elliptical, and I'm not into that.
I have IBS. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, right. You're lucky that I'm not running to the locker room to shit right now.
So, but you also go at 6 a.m. because you have work, and you
yes.
Because there's nothing wrong with you being that's where I'm coming from. I just want to be, plus I was fat. I weighed myself right before I was 200 pounds, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, right.
So I lost some weight, and I knew I was doing the right thing when I fit into a shirt that I was
yeah, that's nice.
And I was like, these buttons didn't fucking connect 2 months ago. That's what it is. Because I was on a fencing team in college and everything like that, and I maintained a pretty decent physique until 29 when I was I'm just gonna drink and do drugs for a couple of years. Right. But you do feel better. But just my whole thing is just don't be a queef about it.
Yeah, don't be annoying. And just go do it.
You don't have to post about it.
Yeah.
Because it's not you're not helping anybody.
I will say this though, and not to shit on the influencers too hard. There have been times where I'm looking up an exercise or something.
Yeah.
And those pages do come in handy because you find a good exerciser too.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I can respect that.
But if you're showing up, if I see you one day and you show up and you have a backwards hat on and a shirt that says Rise and Grind on it.
Yeah.
We're not going to be friends anymore.
Of course not. That's fair. But that's acceptable.
We're still friends now, and I think we got to wrap up.
Yeah.
I fucking love having you on, dude.
I love coming on here.
You're the fucking best. You really are one of the coolest friends I got.
Thanks.
And you always have a good conversation. Is there anything you want to plug coming up? Chris, when will this episode be out? Next week. So, anything coming up you want to plug?
Next week, I have a comedy show. I think on Friday, April 19th.
Yeah.
It's actually a pickleball comedy show kind of combo fundraiser.
Pickleball?
I've been really into pickleball lately, so that's something that I'm doing.
You're making your full transition.
I joined a league. I really am. Yeah, I joined a league. I'm on a league. All right, I'm not even.
I gotta have you back on.
I'll be back.
There's more stuff I would talk about, but
I
gotta have you back on.
I'm on a league, yeah, so I'm doing that. But yeah, other than that, no, just follow me on Instagram, Bridget Kavanagh. You'll see where I'm doing shows and stuff.
We'll put your Instagram up too with one of the episodes. Follow Bridget. She's hilarious. If you ever see her face on a poster, check her out. Follow her on social media. Everybody knows my social media. If you're new to the show, I'll do it one more time. I'm at that Winchell Kid 87. I post all my shows on Instagram, on my story. I'm posting more on Facebook now. I'm Joe Winchell on Facebook, Millennial Stoner on Facebook. Check out sticksandstonescomedyclub.com. Bridget will be there for the Mother's Day show on May 10th and 11th.
Yep.
They're going to be great lineup. Her mom's going to be there. If you get to see Roseanne,
dynamic.
Yep. Rosie's the best. So come on down, sticksandstonescomedyclub.com. If you can't make it to that show, we got shows running all summer. We got a bunch of shows in August throughout. So come down, check it out. Always new comics, always a good time, and it's a great space. Thank you so much for coming on, dude. I love you to death. Thank you guys. Bye.
The Millennial Stoner outro song. Yeah, pack a bowl and sing along. Blah, la, blah, la, blah, la, 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 la. Ba, ba, blue sheep, ba, 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 ba. This is the favorite podcast of the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama's mother's name is Dalai Mama.